everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with my second ever book unhaul. I did one at the start of the year, so like 6-7 months ago now, and now I'm back unhauling a couple more, and I thought I'd sit down and share with you the ones that I've decided that I no longer need. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't read. Actually, have I read? Yes, I have read some of these. Some of them are duplicates, and I thought I'd just sit down and have a quick little chat, sharing with you the ones that I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to apologise about the lighting. It looks like I'm quite red. I don't know if I am. And I'm also quite blocked up. I've got a feeling I'm about to get a cold. So apologies in advance. The lighting's changing because the sun's coming in and out, but it is what it is. So I am doing a car boot this weekend. I've had the itch just to clear out a whole load of stuff that I just don't need. I'm getting rid of so many puzzles. I've condensed all of my pre-baby clothes from 5 bin bags to 1, and it feels great to get rid of stuff. There are still quite a lot of books that I'm on the border of, but I don't want to go all in and think, shit, I wish I didn't get rid of that. So these are the ones that I think I know I'm not going to miss. And then potentially at the end of the year I can then do another like rejig of my shelf and see which ones I'm okay to get rid of next. So I'm going to crack straight on. The first one I'm getting rid of is just a duplicate. So I shared this in my readathon or my book haul. Not a book haul, it was my secondhand finds video. I've shared it in a video at some point. I asked Ellie to give me her copy and she couldn't get it for a really long time, so whilst I was waiting for it I found one at the car boot, so I'm just going to sell it on at the car boot. I'm halfway through it at the moment. It's okay, it's taking a really long time to read it, but when I'm reading it I really like it, but it's just getting into it. I don't know if that makes sense. So this is Jojo Moyes After You. It takes place after, honestly, every time the cat has to get involved. It takes place after Me Before You, and like I said, I'm about halfway through. So I'm gonna give back, or I'm gonna sell on the one that I found at the car boot and keep the one that Ellie got me. So that's book number 1. Another duplicate is my hardback version of Lucy Diamond's On a Beautiful Day. I got this last year and I still haven't read it. I own it on in paperback on my shelf, and all of my Lucy Diamond books are in paperback. So I'm going to sell this on. I hate to say it, but I'm probably going to end up selling it for like 50p because people at car boots don't pay a lot of money. I paid £1.50 for it, but I don't mind. I do like reading a hardback. They are quite tricky to read, but I don't have to worry about bending spines. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of this one. I hate getting rid of hardbacks because they are so beautiful, but it's just silly me keeping and holding on to it because it's never ever going to go on the shelf. It's been in the conservatory since we've moved here, so I'm going to pass that on, and I'm sure someone will absolutely love it because I know it's supposed to be a really, really good read. And my final duplicate is Carol Matthews, again, one that I haven't read. I found this ages ago in a charity shop and the spine was really cracked. I don't know if you can see. If you watch me you'll know I have issues when it comes to a cracked spine. I then found another one in a charity shop for 25p and I was like, I'll buy the nicer version and then just sell this on. I know it's silly, but I like my bookshelf to look aesthetically pleasing. So Paper Hearts and Summer Kisses is going to the car boot. My auntie's read this and she said it was really good. I haven't read a Carol Matthews book since Christmas. That's a long time for me. It's been like 6 months, so I need to read one soon. This one is about a single mum, spends her time commuting to London and looking after her teenage son Finn, finds comfort in her love of craft, designing cards. Sounds a little bit like Calling Mrs. Christmas. And then she finds love called Max. Will she find her happily ever after? I don't know, we'll find out. So I'm going to pass that one on. Literally I've just found out that I haven't read this one. So this is book 3, Summer at the Little Wedding Shop by Jane Linfoot. I read the first one, which is called The Little Wedding Shop by the Sea, and then I started reading Christmas at the Little Wedding Shop, and then it goes to this one. And I didn't like it, and it says at the front, Each of the stories about Poppy, Sarah, Lily and Jess and their friends at Brides by the Sea can be read on its own. If you'd like to read it in consecutively, this is the order. I hope you have fun reading the books as much as I have writing them. I didn't enjoy the first one, The Little Wedding Shop by the Sea. I borrowed that from the library, as did the Christmas one, half of the Christmas one, and didn't finish it. Didn't want to put any time into it, and that's really rare for me to not finish a book. So I'm never going to reach for this one anytime soon. I'd say within the next 5 years, I'm never going to read it. So I'm going to pass it on. You'll have to let me know if you've read this sort of like series of books. I've got quite a few series that are published by the same author and they've got intertwining characters, but you don't have to read them in the publication order, and those books, they just put me off reading them, because if it's going to be a series, be a series. If it's going to be a standalone, be a standalone. Things like this really got on my nerves. You're currently rested on a series by Debbie Johnson, which you can read as and how you want, and I just don't get it. So that's going. The Debbie Johnson ones might go at the end of the year, as might quite a lot of other books, but I'm sticking with what I've got for now. One that I have read, which I wasn't going to get rid of, but I'm never going to reread it, and yeah, the only reason why I was keeping it is because like it's immaculate and I paid full price for it. And that is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This is a tiny, tiny book. 225 pages. It's a very, very weird book. It says, we were liars, we were beautiful and privileged, we are cracked and broken, a tale of love and romance, a tale of tragedy, which are lies, which are the truth, you decide. It was a very good book. You go into this, whenever you hear a review on this book, it's like a mystery, like no one ever tells you what it's about. And you go in not knowing how it's going to go. And it was very weird. I found it very creepy, and the ending completely threw me off guard. I can't really remember the specific details because I read it like 4 years ago. But it was really, really good. But I'm never going to reread it. I don't have that gushy feel. Like when I look at some of my books, like a Page Toon, I'm like, oh, I love you so much. Whereas this is like, yeah, it was a good read, but I'm never going to pick it up again. So I'd rather just pass it on. My reading and my hoarding things, like my personality, is starting to change, and I know when it's time to get rid. This is basically about a girl who goes to like this place every summer, and she has like her summertime like friends, and they all go to like this beach, or this, I want to say it's like an island, and there's loads of different beach houses, and there's like, is there twins or brother and sister, and then like a friend that's like a romantic friend there, like when they spend their summer holidays together. It's American, and there's like big families, and it sounds great, but then as you get into it, I'll spoil it. Skip like 30 seconds if you don't want to get spoiled. But basically the ending of the book was, something wasn't right with the main character, and she kept like taking medication or something like that. There was like rebellion, and they all four of them went to burn down a house. Oh, it gives me shivers just thinking about it now. And when they burnt down the house, the children or the teenagers that were in there actually died. And the main girl is like revisiting it all in like her dreams or in her coma or something. It was really fucked up. It was really weird. And I remember reading it feeling really creeped out. So that's going. But it was a good book. So if you haven't listened to the spoiler section, go and read that. And then another one that I picked up probably a couple of years ago in a charity shop, and I can tell you now, I'm never going to get to it. And that is E. Lockhart, which is the author of this one, How to Be Bad, but it's co-written by Lauren Miracle and Sarah Milanowski. How to Be Bad, just about 3 troubled teenagers that steal a car and just go wild, and it's not the type of book that I don't think I'm gonna read, if I'm being completely honest. I picked it up because it was one of the first books that I saw in a charity shop, and I obviously knew the author, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna get that. I don't have any feels about this, so I'm not going to pick that up anytime soon. Leave me a comment below, let me know if you've read any of the ones that I've showed you so far. So those ones are going. I'm going to pass on a Jane Green holiday. One of the charity shops where it made sense to do like a big bundle. I think I wanted 3 books, and the charity shop I got it from was like 3 for £1, 5 for £1, or 50p each. So it made sense to buy more. And I'm just never going to get to it. The reason why is because there's loads of different stories within it. So there's like 3 mini books written by different authors. So the Holiday is written by Jane Green, The Second Wife of Relly is written by Jennifer Coburn, and Mistletoe and Holly is written by Liz Ireland. So the books are tiny like that, and I don't really feel like I'm ever going to get much out of just that one section. I like a proper book. I didn't realise that when I got it, so it is what it is. It's a beautiful cover. So I'm going to pass it on, and hopefully someone else will enjoy that a lot more than me. I put on my Instagram, where's my phone? I don't know. I put on my Instagram about these books that I'm now about to show you. And I was like, am I making a mistake getting rid of these, or does it not matter? And some people said that they really enjoyed, I can't remember which one it was, Claudia Carroll. She's been on my shelf for a couple of years. She was recommended to me by a guy that works in a bookshop, because I was going and buying all the books that I buy. He was like, this is a really good author that a lot of people rave about. So I was like, okay, cool, like I'll try them out. I've never tried them, and this is the problem with me, is that I've collected so many books and I know the authors that I love and I stick to them, and I never really venture out that far. I buy them, but then I never read them. Like, look at my shelf, I've got so many books, it's insane. And there's books on there, for example, by an author called Caroline Roberts, and I didn't enjoy the last 2 books of hers, but because I've got all of them, I can't take them off the shelf. Like, it's a really big issue that I have. I've got so many Jenny Colgans. I know I'm not going to read half of them, but I just can't get rid of them. I do genuinely have issues when it comes to my shelf. That's for another day. So I'm going to get rid of these. I haven't ever reached for them. I'm sure if you guys in the comments say that I'm an idiot for getting rid of these, my battery's flashing, I can get them from a library. I'm sure I can. So we've got A Very Accidental Love Story. What's this about? This is about a girl that has a daughter and doesn't know who the father is. So they do sound good, but I've got so many other things I want to read. This is my problem. I've bought too many books. I've got a lot of pressure going on right now. And then this one is about newlyweds. One goes off to New York or does Broadway. Does it all work out in the end? Who knows? I will never find out. Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? So these 2 are going. I shouldn't be reading the blurbs because I sort of want to keep them. I can keep them, but they're going. Goodbye. And then I've got another 3. Oh God, this hurts my soul. I hate getting rid of books that I haven't read because I might really, really love them, but I haven't picked them up in 2 years. Oh, this is my issue. I've got issues. Breathe. Abby Clements. I've got 3 of her books, and I haven't read them, and I don't think I'm going to. So it's time to say goodbye. Oh! So we have got Meet Me Under the Mistletoe, which is an awful cover. It doesn't match these 2 anyway, so this is an issue. Childhood friends Laurie and Rachel used to be inseparable. Now 35, they have fallen out of touch. Glamorous single girl Laurie is based in London and dedicated to her career in fashion. She's seemingly living in the family idyll of Yorkshire. But when Rachel's mother-in-law needs urgent treatment in London and disasters at work and her love life mean Laurie needs to flee, a house swap falls into place. Soon gentle Rachel is braving the city's mean streets while attempting to keep her marriage and family together, and Laurie's attempts to befriend a wary village locals and forget the man who seems intent to break her heart. Seems like The Holiday, but I like The Holiday, and that is what that is. That's going. No feels about that. And then the only reason why I've kept these two is because they match and the cover's a beaut, but I don't really have any feels about Vivian or Amelia Gray. So we've got Vivian's Heavenly Ice Cream Shop, One Shop, Two Sisters, and Unforgettable Summer. I can't be bothered to read you the blurb. What does it say? Brighton seafront ice cream shop. One sister flies to Italy. After that page 2 book, I don't want to read any more about Italy, so that's going. Blame page 2 for that. Amelia Gray's. This is Amelia Gray's Fireside Dream. One cottage, 6 months, the renovation of a lifetime. Love a renovation. Don't know if I'm going to enjoy it in book format. Amelia Gray is making it over a house, but will she end up making over her whole life? So she's obviously got issues with her husband. Who knows what will happen? That's that one. That is everything that I'm going to unhaul at the car boot. I actually have more, but they're duplicates that I think I've already showed in my unhaul. This is hard for me because I'm a big book collector, but I need space on the shelf so I can enjoy more books that I will potentially read at some point in my life. I'm going to go. I really hope you enjoyed this. Leave me comments below. Let me know how you differentiate your books and whether you get rid of them or not. I know a lot of people read and then they pass their books on to charity shops straight away. Can't relate. Literally, I wish I could, but I just can't relate. Like I said, I've got so many others that I'm on the border of just being like, you know what, sod it, just go. But I'm not feeling that ballsy at the moment, so maybe at the end of the year I'll have another one of these. Really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one.